InObscuria.
Welcome back, my friends, to the InObscuria podcast, a podcast where we exhume obscure rock and punk and metal, and we put them in one of three categories: the lost, the forgotten, or the should-have-beens. My name is Robert Harrison, and my name is Kevin Williams, and that over there is Robert Harrison.
Wrong.
Oh, I'll get it right eventually.
That's the same noise I make to Dio when he does something bad. And he knows.
Does that work?
Oh, yeah. He's like,
his ears didn't perk up.
He's ignoring us now. He's looking out the window.
So, my God, did you get this dog a new bed? It's taken up the entire room.
You think it's big enough? I don't know.
I think it'll work, yeah.
I hope he does
He's
not
going to
grow
rip
it.
this thing to shreds in a matter of, a month?
It survived another dog. We'll see if it survives him.
All right.
It's a hand-me-down from somebody else's dog. Yeah, it's only, was it 5 feet by 7 feet?
It's a queen bed.
It's basically a queen bed for a dog, yeah.
Yeah.
So it folds up nicely, but when he needs the extra, when he does yoga, doggy yoga, he needs some extra space.
Well, there
he
you
does
go.
his stretches and everything.
So I showed up tonight, I got out of the car, and all I hear is and I see flames, and there you are out in the driveway with the flamethrower hitting a bunch of wood with flame.
I was giving it patina.
Yes.
Like they say on Pinterest.
Patina.
Yeah, you're not going to find this on Pinterest anywhere. If you do, please tell me. But since I don't know how to do Pinterest, if somebody out there that does Pinterest, let me know if you see a flamethrower burning wood to make it into like stained wood. But it really brings out the wood grain. It just
pretty cool,
texturizes.
actually.
It's 1,000 times faster than staining something. It's a lot cleaner. It's better for the environment.
What the hell did you just say?
I don't know about all that. Maybe.
I use the most highly refined fossil fuels.
A different chemical. Yeah, you used old dinosaurs to do this.
It's old dinosaurs, man. It's classic fossil fuels going through that flamethrower.
So you want to tell the folks what's going on? What is all this work that you're doing? What is this for?
It's just one of the things today. A couple of days from now, we've got an art show here. And we do this twice a year, 3 times a year. We'll move all the furniture out of the way, bring in art, have like a gallery space, and mix that with a happy hour, have some fun. And so this time we have some panels that you would hang art from, because my house the firehouse has lots of windows and doors. There's nowhere to hang art, but it's a huge space. So we made these kind of wood panels that are freestanding, and you hang art on them and it becomes an art gallery. Well, I made 4 new ones today, and I had like 30 minutes to stain all these things. I'm like, nah, I got a better way to do this. You just char the wood lightly. It's like caramelizing the wood.
So do you have other ones that you actually stained in the past?
Yeah. We had those, and they look okay, and these look 10 times better. I'm very happy.
And you did it in 10 minutes?
Was that 5,
8
minutes, 9 minutes? Yeah, done. And on top of that, I got to play with a flamethrower, which is better than coffee, better than any drug. It's just a lot of fun to get out there and make a lot of noise. And I was hoping somebody was walking by with their dog tonight, but nobody did. But that's the most fun, is just catching them off guard. They just happen to walk past and look down the driveway, and there's some nut job with a flamethrower.
Morning, howdy.
Yeah, that happened about 6 years ago. We were out, my nephews and I were out in the driveway playing with one. It was like 10 o'clock at night. We're firing the thing off. And they're pretty loud. They're like, boom, boom. I think it was like 30 minutes later, I looked on Facebook, and my neighbor across the street took video from across the street showing us what we're doing, like how bright it was and how loud it was flashing. And I'm thankful they liked me. So they said something funny. But
there were no blue lights sent your way.
That's what it looks like to be my neighbor.
That's how annoying I am.
That's how horrible I am.
I'm that guy.
Like, you have to sign a waiver if you buy a house on my street. Like, I'm sorry, here's one last paper for you to sign, Mr. Smith.
The realtors have to bring him by your house.
We have to disclose that you understand that you are moving in within earshot of a certain Robert Harrison.
What else is going on? Anything?
Oh, let's see. We've got...
Any buttons I need to push here?
No.
Nothing?
It's been that busy, man. I have not had a chance to cook. No,
well, tell us what's going on.
I'll save up. Working, just doing stupid stuff. We've got art stuff happening during the week that I'm helping out our friend Chelsea. Yeah. And so she's taking off. Let me tell you, as an artist, I'd buy some of her stuff now so you can say, hold on to it when she gets super famous. But yeah, she's getting calls from cities making huge art. It's great.
So if you ever come to Atlanta and you go to the Atlanta Zoo, Chelsea has an awesome piece there. Yes. My kids love it.
It's a life-size elephant called Ellie the Elephant.
Cool.
And it's a metal sculpture.
All metal. It's right outside where the elephants are, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. But it is just so cool.
And those of you in Atlanta Atlanta that know what the Atlanta Beltline is, she has a sculpture there now. There's city north of Atlanta called Roswell. There's a sculpture there. Another city north of there, Johns Creek. She's building sculptures for that place. So it's fun to see her start off. I mean, it's just a couple of years ago she was starting, and now she's maybe, I don't know, 2.5 years ago she was starting off on her own. She's been doing this for a while, but on her own business, and she's growing. She's going to be moving out into the tiny firehouse. She's going to have her very own shop and doesn't have to deal with my crap all the time. Mm-hmm. So right now she works during the day, leaves. We do the podcast. I go back in the shop at night or something like that, and it's worked out well, but I don't clean the shop as well as she does, so she has to come back the next day and it's just trashed.
And it's your shop, so she can't really say anything to you.
Oh, she says something. Oh, yeah. No, that does not stop her from pointing out that I'm a disaster in my own workshop.
Oh, well, it happens.
It does.
Well,
wait a minute. Did you look around our studio? Look how, notice how clean it is?
It is very clean.
Look at the windows.
Okay.
Did you notice I cleaned those?
No, but I do now. I see it now, yes.
They still had the stickers on them when I installed them 8 years ago.
Oh, I thought that was what you were going for.
No, I've just kept the curtains closed this entire time, and all of a sudden we opened the curtains, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should clean these windows.
So you didn't have to do all this on my account.
I'm just trying to, class this joint up a little bit, man.
I assume something else is going on.
Yeah, so in addition to the art show upstairs, downstairs, I've got some serious hippie shit going on down here.
Hippie shit.
I love my hippie friends. They're awesome. They are doing, let me just ask, have you ever heard of a sound bath?
A sound bath.
Not a sound shower, a sound bath. That's going to be going on in our studio.
Heard of a golden shower.
That's different.
Okay.
That's a different group of friends.
Oh, okay.
They're not invited for this party.
Oh,
or ever. Stay over there. So our recording studio is kind of sound deadened, and it's nice and cool. Mm. And so Saturday night during the art show upstairs, there's a separate event downstairs. It's a sound bath. I've got a friend who has these bowls, different size bowls. And you've seen the thing where you rub you rub your finger on the martini glass and it makes a little...
They have like a little hammer or something.
Yeah, she's got a little hammer, and there's different tones, there's different notes.
For yoga, don't they do that for yoga or something?
It's like meditation.
Okay.
So it's kind of the same thing, but you're not having to strain. You just relax. And so we did this other night, kind of a test run. And I'm like, what the hell am I getting myself into? So I just, it took me like halfway through this thing to actually just relax. And I finally did. And it was badass. So it starts off like really, okay, it's just some bowls. And then she kind of does some music with these bowls because there's different notes. And then as you're relaxing, she gets the bowls kind of going with one tone, and then she'll get up and move around the room with another bowl. So you get like this stereo Doppler effect of these vibrations. So I was like, I see why you like this stuff. That's cool.
And then at the very end, just to fuck with you, she hit the brown sound.
Yeah, it's like, and
there you go.
Yes, it's soothing. Like, all right, time to go. Get out. No, she's like this super chill friend that's just, real reserved and meek and just cool to be around.
To do something like that, you have to be a hippie. You have to be like, you have to be completely laid
or
back.
High.
I could never do that.
Or just, a little bit high, and that helps, I think. Yeah. I don't know. From experience, I'm just
I
saying.
don't know.
It's probably
Lemmy was high. He didn't make those noises.
I have mellowed out a little bit in certain ways in the past few years, 10 years, 12 years, that stuff like that never, ever would have interested me 15 years ago. But
this is true.
But it's just now,
You might have even made fun of it.
I did. I totally made fun. 100%. It was easy targets, yes. But now I'm like, no, this is kind of cool. So yeah, I'm like hippie.
Expanded your brain.
I'm hippie adjacent. I'm not a hippie by any shape or form. I am a capitalist pig, and like my possessions. And
You're the
things
man.
Like that. I'm the man.
Right.
But
not really.
I like hanging out with these guys. They're cool.
Well, after you hang out with hippies, go listen to Pot of Thunder, Cobras and Fire, Growing Up Rock, Slamfest Podcast, Decibel Geek, A to Z Radio, Metal Up Your Podcast, The Hustle, Disciples of the Watch, Podcast Rock City, Sean Geek and Fast Fret Podcast, State of Amorica, Rock Strikes 10, Potter Than Hell, The Ron Keel Podcast, Shout It Out Loudcast, The Kiss Room, Ages of Rock, Retro Zest Podcast, and don't forget about Monty.
Hey, it's Monty.
Monty's Rockcast. Come visit us at InObscuria.com. Like us, share us, all that stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Leave us a review. We got reviews.
We did.
We got multiple reviews.
Dude, well, begging helps sometimes.
I guess it worked. You ask and you actually receive. Yeah, we actually have 4 reviews. Podchaser, Facebook, and Apple Podcast. And reviews everywhere.
across the platforms.
Hitting them all. 5 stars on all of them. So what I thought we'd do, Robert, is I'm just going to cover 2 of these, and then maybe we'll save the other 2 for next time. Does that work?
Spread it out, but we got all year. We only get 3, 4
These are the 4 we're getting for the year.
We should savor this.
Exactly. So the first one, 5 stars, comes from Podchaser. Comes from some guy named Sean Geek. Yes, the Sean Geek podcast left us a review. They say, I should say, Sean says.
You should say.
Sure. I feel like this review should go to 11. Easily one of the best podcasts out there. Always entertaining with 2 amazing hosts. That's both of us.
Oh, God, I was doing the math. I wasn't that quick.
Unless he means Running James DOG, and then he's leaving one of us out.
Ooh.
I don't know. A lot of great music discovery, and honestly, a show I look forward to each week. Love it so much, I had to build a playlist for all the great music they bring to me. Way better than radio, and way more than a podcast. And they use exclamation on their website. That's always worth something.
We hit that right button with him.
Yes.
What a good guy. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Sean.
You're always welcome here if you're ever passing through the Atlanta airport. Let us know. We'll come pick you up, drag you back over here. Free place to stay in case your flight gets canceled.
If you're ever in the States for any reason, he's a Canada guy.
Yeah, I'm saying, passing through.
If we ever go to Winnipeg.
We're a hub.
Exactly. Come on over. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much. Now, let's see here. I'm going to go over to Facebook. And here is one from one of our longtime listeners, Mr. Tony Griggs.
Sorry.
You okay over there?
The coaster stuck to the bottom of the beer.
Oh, it happens.
That's embarrassing.
All right. And Tony says, for anyone looking for music that is not force-fed upon you by the radio stations, this is the podcast for you. Each week, some truly great obscure music is unearthed by Kevin and Robert with highly entertaining insight. You learn a lot about these bands, and you just may find one that becomes a favorite. Weekly listen for me since I discovered them. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers to Tony.
Dink.
Clink, clinky. And that sort of leads into our episode tonight. So you know how I like to fall asleep listening to soothing sounds of thrash metal or
which is not healthy
metal
at all. It's not soothing. Does not help your brain waves.
It's great for me. It works for me. For years, I used to, I don't know if you ever do this, because you use one of these CPAP machines too, but I have to wear this CPAP machine, right, to help me breathe.
The Darth Vader mask is what
Darth
I call
Vader
it.
mask for old people. And for years, I used to remove my earbuds in the middle of the night, completely subconsciously. I would wake up in the morning, they would be stacked neatly on the table next to me. But ever since I've been hooked up to the iron lug at night, I have stopped doing that. So I'm fully wired. Like every hole in my head has been plugged with something. Yeah.
Good, baby. Very good.
That sounds horrible, but that's the truth.
Every hole in your head.
Every hole in my head.
Up there. That's it. Nothing below the neck.
So the other night, I wake up now every morning and I'm like fully plugged in.
Yeah.
I have to take all this stuff off.
Do you ever try to get up and forget that it's on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do that. Sometimes I'll just try to take the CPAP off, but my headphones, my earbuds are over it and they get caught in it.
Yeah.
And then I just piss in the bed. I just piss in the bed and I go back to sleep.
It's the only way to do it.
Oh, well. So the other night I was awoken about 5 minutes. I hate this. 5 minutes prior to my morning alarm going off. Don't you hate that when that happens? Like, you know that alarm's going off. You wake up and you go,
I want that 5 minutes back. That was stolen from me.
Yeah. So I was awoken because I had a beeping alert sound, and because I still had my earbuds in my ears, it was like really loud. And it was on my phone, and I'm like, who would dare to send me a message 5 minutes before I'm supposed to get up? This is early in the morning because I get up and I work out and I do all this stuff.
You're up at like 5:30, aren't you?
5.
Good God.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
And then I looked at the message. It was a message. I looked at it and I realized, I always have to pay attention to these messages. And this is probably something I need to listen to. It was a recommendation from a listener early in the morning of something I need to listen to. But I wasn't mad because this person always gives me really good content. And sure enough, it was another award-winning musical discovery that I made at his suggestion. So I think, Robert, it is officially time for this year's award show.
Oh.
You ready? You're not dressed.
I'm going to go put on my tux.
Yeah, so do you want me to pause? You go put on your tux
We'll
real
play
quick?
the music because the award shows have music, like the intro music.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to play the intro music.
And I'll go change.
You go change.
Take a shower.
I'll go get my coat. It's in the car.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, it's a coat and tie affair.
It is. It's a tux affair.
Color on NBC.
The Late Show will be seen at 12:15 tonight in order that we may bring you the following special program.
stage of the Mark Hellinger Theater in New York City. American Theater Wing's Tony Awards for excellence in the New York Theater.
Tony Award, star of the Metropolitan Opera, Miss Eleanor Stieber, and our national anthem.
Just give him all the awards. I'm fine.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is time for these awards. And what awards are they? Well, let me tell you. Episode 191, the 2023 Tony Awards, the new wave of traditional heavy metal.
Tony?
Probably not the Tony Awards you're
Who's he?
thinking of. Yes.
NWOTHM Awards?
No, these are the NWOTHM.
NWOTHM Awards? NWOTHs?
But these are the Tony Awards, and they are the Tony Awards because these are all new wave of traditional heavy metal bands that have come to me via recommendation from our esteemed listener, Mr. Tony Griggs. These are all bands that he has said, hey,
The Tonys.
you guys need to listen to this. Or, hey, when are you going to do another new wave of
This.
traditional heavy metal? Kevin, when are you going to do another?
Maybe we shouldn't have
episode,
outed
Kevin.
him as our source.
What's the Tony Awards? We had to.
Yeah, but all the other podcasts are going to start calling him up, getting his recommendations.
I
in.
see what you're saying.
Yeah, they're going to steal them from us.
Yeah, so Tony has always sent all of these amazing bands to me from all around the world. He scours the earth for these great new wave of traditional heavy metal bands. And tonight, we are going to give each of these bands an award because they were brought to us by Mr. Tony Griggs. So if you don't remember, we've done this once before. We had another episode. And basically, this genre is an extension of NWOTHM, which is
New wave of British heavy metal.
Yes, so that was a movement that started in the UK, obviously in the late 1970s, achieved international attention by the early 1980s, and gave us basically the look and everything that we know now that is heavy metal. Gave us the likes of Iron Maiden, Def Leppard, Motorhead, Saxon, Diamond Head, Raven. You could even lump Judas Priest in there.
Mm-hmm. It was
all these great bands.
It was a big deal in case you missed it.
It was a big deal. Big deal to us,
Yeah.
and big deal for kind of when I was coming up in music. It was, the movement had kind of already gone away, but the bands that were established, Iron Maiden was one of my first bands that I really got into.
The legends had been written.
Yes, exactly. And I was getting into Metallica. Metallica always referenced all of these NWOTHM bands, so they were like kind of the reason that thrash metal existed. And when I was getting into music, that's what was coming around. A lot of history, personal history with me. New wave of traditional heavy metal kind of got its start in the late 90s, early 2000s, as metal sort of went out of vogue in the 90s, or at least the classic style of metal went out of vogue. And you had this sort of what we talked about last week, where you just need a little bit of time, about that 10 to 15 year period before all of a sudden it starts to come around again and it's kind of cool. But this was still an underground movement, but younger metal fans started discovering these more obscure NWOTHM bands, and they started playing this style of music. But it's now late 90s, early 2000s, and now you have the new wave of traditional heavy metal. They're playing this music again, but they're young metalheads. So they put on their denim battle vest and all their patches, and my people, they're here. So it remains somewhat underground, as it should be. It should be a kind of underground thing. It doesn't need to be mainstream, but it's definitely gained steady momentum over the past 15 years and is still around. And a lot of classic metal bands have had a resurgence thanks to this movement. But there's a ton of these bands, and a ton of them that Mr. Tony Griggs has sent my way. And so, welcome to the 2023 Tony Awards. All of these bands have released content in 2023. So that's what we're going to focus on.
Okay. By the way, are they serving the entree in just a minute?
Oh, you didn't get your order in early?
I asked for the fish and the chicken.
No, sorry.
Oh, man.
They are not. You know why? Because I didn't get to hit the button earlier, so nobody made anything.
My bad.
All right, so we're going to start with a band. I believe this is the same band we started with on the previous episode that we did of NWOTHM. And also, I've played this band, God, I don't know, maybe 5 times on the show already. We love this band. American new wave of traditional heavy metal band. Tony did send me something this year saying, hey, their new album's out. And I'm like, Tony, I already have the album in my collection. Come on, man.
Dude, I'm having Christmas dinner with the band, guy.
Exactly. You know I know Trevor William Church. I've actually corresponded with the man, talking about the band Haunt. And yes, another album from Haunt this year. They average about 2 albums a year, or I should say he averages about 2 albums a year. It's him.
And the band shows up to do them, yes.
Well, it's basically Trevor. And I think we've mentioned before, his dad was Bill Church. Bill Church was the bass player in Montrose. He was in the Sammy Hagar band for a long time, played with Van Morrison, just classic rock dude. So Trevor grew up in that atmosphere, and he's a guitarist. He writes all the music. I think he does the drums as well. Because it never lists any other players other than a lead guitarist. So I think Trevor does everything except for the lead guitar in Haunt. And it was kind of a side project for another band that he had, and now it's kind of become his main thing. And so Tony messaged me back in May that along with another bigger new wave of traditional heavy metal band, that they both released their albums on the same day. That's why he messaged me. He knew that I already had this. And this saves me from having to play it on my solo episode that will be coming up in between Christmas and New Year's, because I always play Haunt because they have something new every year and it always makes the list.
You're going to set out in your deck out of nostalgia just to go sit on the deck and freeze your balls
I'm going to go
off.
freeze somewhere.
Just to make it consistent.
Teeth chattering and all that. Yeah. So let's play some of the new Haunt. This is from the new album, Golden Arm. And, well, I guess I can't really play it until we do something else. We are at an award show, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me do this right.
And the nominees are...
And the Tony Award goes to...
Haunt.
Yeah! Haunt.
God.
So I got to say haunt.
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 Haunt. I can't say that. Haunt. That's a hard word to say, being from Florida and everything.
Haunt.
Haunt. Sorry. Haunt. There we go. I can do it now. You have to put your jaw way up. Haunt.
Oh, my God.
You want me to accept the award for him?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank is the Academy?
It's the Academy.
The Academy.
Yes.
I'd like to thank the Academy, my mom, the dear Lord above, and my tour manager. I don't have a band. I'm that talented.
Your time is through.
You're boring. You're rambling on, no end in sight.
You're boring.
All right, here's Haunt with Fight the Good Fight.
All right, so with that name, the title of the song, I was expecting a little triumph.
Yes,
But
yes. No, it's not a cover.
No, it was not a cover. It was their own sound. Absolutely, you could pick up classic notes from 15 different bands, and it was a nice blend.
How about those pinch harmonics?
Yes, you know I like that.
Nice. The first Tony for the pinch harmonics
I wasn't
goes
very good at doing this, but I loved him. I wasn't exactly Zach Wilde, when it comes to pinch harmonics. He's the king.
He might overdo it a bit.
What? No, there's no. You can't overdo it.
I think he overdoes it.
No. Just right. It's perfect.
Okay.
But yeah, I go back and when I hear some of the 80s stuff, it's just like, good God, you enjoyed doing that, didn't you? Whee! Just every third note was a pinch harmonic. He was very good at it.
All right. Well, moving on with this show here. In April of 2023, Tony alerted me of a band from Wiener Neustadt, Austria. Wiener?
Oh, you said Wiener.
Wiener. It's Wiener.
I know.
It looks like Wiener Terrace.
I know. It's so funny. It's a joke.
Oh,
it's
it just goes forever. Yes, a band from Austria. And at the time, they only had a few songs available on Bandcamp. But now...
Oh, they hit the big time.
Now their second full-length album has come out. It came out in May. I picked it up and I cranked it up because when he sent it to me, I was like, this is really good. I hope they put an album out. Didn't realize they already had one out, but it wasn't on Bandcamp. So how was I supposed to know? Unless I did research, and that's a lot.
We don't do that
I
here.
don't do that. So
That's what Google's for.
I added them. I followed them. And then when their full length came out, oh yeah, I got it. And it's great. So a little interesting because it's a standard NWOTHM style, guitar, bass, drums, vocals. But then one song has a touch of sax and piano, which you don't typically hear on this kind of music.
No,
but it works.
There's no heavy metal saxophone. There's Saxon, but there's not saxophone.
Saxon really should have had a saxophone.
That would have been meta Saxon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's rock bands like Pink Floyd. They rocked a saxophone, but when it comes to metal, it's just it's not really there.
This band, they sort of mix in some old school 70s boogie with their NWOTHM sounds, which a lot of the NWOTHM bands did the same thing back in the late 70s. So it makes sense, but it's like a little more of a 70s rock style mixed in here. And I have to tell you that we just missed them this past weekend. We didn't know because we hadn't had the episode yet, but they headlined the Rock and Metal Open Air 4 in their hometown, held at the Burgermeistergarten.
I'm hungry already just hearing that name. I want to go to
Burgermeistergarten.
Burgermeister
In Wiener Neustadt, Austria. They headlined, and let me just tell you about some of these other bands they played with, because we don't get these bands here in Atlanta, Georgia. There were lots of different genres represented at the Burgermeistergarten this past weekend.
It's like a beer garden, but for burgers?
I think this is just an Austrian thing.
Oh.
I'm not really sure. But there was a band called the Familie Rupert. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but who cares?
I don't speak a lot of Austrian, but that would be the Rupert family?
That's what I'm thinking. That's where I was going.
Taking a wild guess there.
Yes, you're the scholar, not me.
Right.
But do you know what kind of music they play? The Familie Rupert.
Well, in Atlanta, we had Rupert's, which was a disco back in the 70s.
So you're going to go with disco?
I'm going to go disco.
Okay. Now remember, this is the Rock and Metal Open Air.
But it's Austria.
But it's in Austria.
Keep that in mind. You know what weird ass shit they listen to over there.
Robert, they play Schnitzelcore.
Schnitzel?
Oh!
No. What? Is this polka?
I don't know. That's what it said. It said they play Schnitzelcore. It said what style of music each of these bands play.
I was actually thinking like beer garden. I was going to go in that direction, but I went with Rupert's instead. I should have gone in the beer garden. That would have been closer to Schnitzelcore.
Schnitzelcore. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, there goes another episode of Genres from the Netherworld.
Yes.
It's coming.
Yes.
Because there will be some Schnitzelcore.
Let me know ahead of time. We'll have some schnitzels to munch on. I love Schnitzel's damn good.
It is good. I love it. But I didn't know there was such a thing as Schnitzelcore.
I had it up in North Carolina when I was up there visiting. A little German restaurant. Damn good. It's just fried pork chop, really. But
that's what we call it.
Yeah, that's what we call it. Nothing wrong with that.
But I like Schnitzelcore.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what kind of music I want to listen to when I'm chomping on a pork chop.
You know, I don't care what type of music it is at this point. I already like it.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be coming our way sometime.
Awesome. It's good to have something to look forward to.
But back to the Tony Award.
Yes.
All right. The credo of this band is simple. It says so on their website. Live wild, ride fast, and uncover the secrets of the night with heavy metal.
Oh my God. I want a t-shirt that says that.
And the Tony Award goes to
Road Wolf.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I am very honored to accept the award on this lovely podcast for.
You could have rushed up to the stage, but you were lollygagging.
They're turning off your microphone and cutting to a commercial.
Is that the worst, absolute god awful Austrian accent? Because you don't know that he actually lived for a long time in the States here, so he just took on a little bit this.
And who are you?
English
who are
accent.
you talking like there? Is that Mr. Welk?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the only Austrian we know?
Was he Austrian? I don't know. I have no idea. The dude was dead.
Wow.
When I was 2 years old.
Lawrence Welk. Yes, he is not in Road Wolf.
Oh, okay.
No. But yes, so the second Tony goes to Road Wolf. Their new album, Midnight Lightning, came out very recently, and I'm going to play Savage Child.
Damn. In about 10 or 15 years, when Rob Halford retires, he could take over and they could just keep going.
Sure.
They got the two dudes already replaced
half of them.
Yeah, and then one dude.
Yeah, Ian Hill will still be playing bass.
There, yeah.
He'll still be there.
Yeah, I think Rob Howard
doesn't
got
move,
10 or
so
15 years left.
They just prop him up.
Yeah, and it's funny. It's like Judas Priest playing Iron Maiden music.
This song was a little faster maybe than some of the other stuff on the album.
Like
that's why I picked
seventh daughter, seventh son, or seventh child, and seventh son. I couldn't help not think about that. But
What the hell did you just say?
What, Savage?
Savage?
Savage.
I thought it was seventh.
No, Savage.
You sure?
Savage child, yes.
I thought it was seventh child.
Well, he's Austrian, so English is not his first language.
Neither is mine.
Yeah, I think they kick ass.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Once again, second Tony to Road Wolf. Now, who will get our third Tony of the night? This is a band from Greece, and they are
Grease
on...
Lightning. Oh, not the movie.
No. Get my water bottle out for you. Oh, God, I was tortured with that movie and that soundtrack. My sister, oh, my God. You just brought back so many bad memories.
Same here.
Oh, God.
On that big console stereo, 6 feet long.
Oh,
the
man.
Grease record.
Those speakers that were like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, this band is from Greece, the country where Grease Manila was from. No, I don't think that's right.
No.
Yes, they're from Greece, and they are on the Sleazy Rider record label. Now, if you don't know, originally that label was also based in Greece. They're now in Romania. I'm just making sure you're up to speed.
You know, my email was forwarded, so I understood. I got the message.
Well, also on the Sleazy Rider label, I'm sure you're familiar with the roster, but just to remind you, other such featured artists like Nasty Rats, Womb of Maggots, Uranus, Rotting Flesh, and the oh-so-sexy smelling Drakkar.
Oh, man.
Did you have Drakkar?
Oh, God. I got to admit to that.
Oh, you put a bunch on, didn't you? But
that was like 88 to 80.
Yeah, 87 or 88. Yeah, man.
Maybe
Black
to
Bottle.
1990. Yeah, I think I ran out about 1990, and I was over it by then.
People used to bathe in that shit.
Oh, God, yeah. It was so funny because there was never a time when my father took me aside and said, "Son, let me show you how to put on aftershave." I mean, he never even showed me how to shave. I screwed that up. I was too embarrassed to ask. So I sliced my face off with cold water, not realizing you shave with hot water.
Well, I didn't live with my dad when I was 30 when I started shaving, so he never had to talk with me.
You, in the past year, have lost a little bit of that baby face. You're a lucky guy. But yeah, I nobody told me. So I'm like, let me just pour a little bit in my hand. I'm seeing the Aqua Velva commercials where they like slap it on.
Oh, yeah, it's splashing all over.
Yeah, I thought that was what you did. And yeah, I think my mom caught me walking out of the house like, oh, hang on a second. You need to go wash yourself. Good Lord.
Now, was it Polo or was it Drakkar?
No, it was Drakkar.
Those were the two at that time.
It was Drakkar Noir.
Drakkar Noir.
I don't know if there's different kinds, but that was on the bottle.
It was a black bottle, therefore it was Drakkar Black.
And I think my sister gave it to me for Christmas or something because she was tired of smelling.
I got it for Christmas
a
as well.
17-year-old brother that probably stunk.
I think my sister gave it to me as well.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that was the way that our sisters were trying to tell us, you stinky bastards.
Yeah, I had to take my nephew to buy deodorant one time. He was like 13, and it hit when he was visiting me for the summer. And all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, what is that? It's you. I'm like, well, get in the car. We're going to buy you some deodorant. Yes, that was you, Joe. He's listening.
The Sleazy Rider label, yes, those are all bands. Drakkar was a band apparently on the Sleazy Rider label as well, but that's not who we're talking about. This band is a NWOTHM style band mixed with classic metal and power metal. So a little, got a little bit of that going on. This is one that I received very recently, and this is the newest Tony Award winning band on tonight's roster of the nominees. In fact, this is the one that awoke me the other day. Early in the morning, Tony. Early in the morning. No, I'm just kidding. I was getting up anyway. Okay.
In 5 minutes.
Yes, in 5 minutes. So this is their third album. And I knew as soon as I saw the album cover, this is one of those that if I had seen this in the store, I would have picked it up and bought it based on the album art alone.
That's called visual K because Kevin is just visually stimulated by that. It's a whole new genre of music, right?
It's a different interpretation of visual K.
Right,
yes.
right.
I really do have to talk to you a bit about this this whole issue of
whatever's on your mind.
the issue of the cover.
Yeah.
We feel, and it seems to be facts that the company is rather down on the cover. Is that the case?
Yes.
You can give it to me straight, you know.
Listen, they don't like the cover.
Uh-huh.
They don't like
well,
the
that's
cover.
certainly straight.
They find it very offensive and very sexist.
Well,
And
what exactly do you find offensive?
Ian,
I mean, what's
you
offensive about
put a greased, naked woman
Yes.
on all fours
Yes.
with a dog collar
With a dog
around her
collar.
neck and a leash.
And a leash.
And a man's arm extended out up to here, holding on to the leash and pushing a black glove in her face to sniff it. You don't find that offensive?
No,
You don't
I don't.
find that sexist?
This is 1982,
That's
Bobby.
right,
Come
it's
on.
1982. Get out of the 60s. We don't have this mentality anymore.
Well, you should have
Listen
seen
to
the
me.
cover they wanted to do.
I don't
It
care
wasn't
what
a
they
glove,
want.
believe me.
See, now this is something, Ian, that you're going to have to talk to your boys about.
We're certainly not laying
And I
down
don't think
any
that a
conditions.
sexy cover is the answer for why an album sells or doesn't sell. Because you tell me, the White Album, what was that? There was nothing on that goddamn cover. Excuse me, the phone's ringing. Ian, we'll talk about this
Okay.
after.
Bye.
Okay, this album art, you got to go look it up once I tell you about it. It looks like a tribute to the Doug Johnson album covers that he did for Judas Priest in the 80s. So think Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, Turbo. They all had that look. Very 80s, but very metal
That
at the
scared
same
your mother?
time. Not really. I mean, they were just cool. But this is like an extension.
Have you met my mother?
Well, okay.
She wouldn't have liked that. There was none of that at my house.
This album art is just an extension of his artwork and is done very well. I'm not sure who the album artist was, but very good artwork on this cover, and I would have picked it up. But let me tell you about this band.
And the Tony Award goes to...
The Laymet.
The what?
Yeah, I had to look it up too.
The layman?
No, The Laymet.
The...
No.
Oh.
It's THELEMITE. The Laymet. It looks like Thelemite.
Thelemite. Wait, how
But
do
it's
you get
not.
the layman?
Okay, so I had to look it up. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? They're from Greece. I thought, it must be Greek.
Oh, yeah, it's Greek.
It's not Greek.
It's not? Oh.
No, it's not Greek.
To
So
you.
the lema, do you know what the lema is?
No.
Okay, let me just... I'm going to throw a little
I know what
knowledge.
thermite is, but not the layman.
So thelema is a Western esoteric and occult social or spiritual philosophy and new religious movement founded in the early 1900s by one Aleister Crowley.
Is that Mr.?
Yes, Mr. Aleister, Mr. Crowley.
Is it Crowley?
Who's Crowley, whatever you
Ozzy pronounces it Crowley. That's all
Well,
I know.
Ozzy's probably right.
He's drunk,
I'm
but he was
wrong.
right.
But Aleister Crowley, we'll say that then. He's an English... He's not alive anymore. He was an English writer, mystic, occultist, and ceremonial magician. And apparently he created this new religion called Thelema. And so this band is the follower of Thelema, is a Thelemite.
So I've always wanted to go and read more about him based on that song. And it's on my list. I'll get to it one day. But that just now piqued my interest even more.
Mm-hmm.
That in addition to that song, that there's a religion behind it. I didn't know who he was. I've never read up on him.
Yep, that's about as far as I got.
Really?
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
you need to dive in and then tell us
diving
all
into
about
that.
it.
I'll give you a book report.
All right, sounds good. So I don't know what this band has to do with any of that, but I know that they're badass.
And
So
it's Thelemite?
the Laymet.
Thelement.
The Laymet.
Met. Thelement. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
the
the New York Mets. That's
Got it.
kind of what it looks like.
The Laymet.
We spent way too long explaining this. Let's just play the song Blackhearted from their latest album, came out 2023, called Survival of the Fittest.
Burn me down underground. I'm the
like to thank everyone for giving me this award, and I'd like to thank my father, Phil Costapopolopoulos, and along with my mother, Mary Costapopolopoulos.
No need to thank your parakeet. You're boring.
Oh, what'd you think?
That was good. It wasn't as much on the metal side because there was no immediate connection to like a priest. Like I'm talking the British metal, but it was just good metal, like a little bit in the more mid range of the metal.
If I didn't know when this was released, though, I would have told you that came out in 1986 or 87.
That was not as time stamped as some of the new albums. It's getting confusing.
New wave of traditional.
Yeah, there's a lot of letters in this podcast, but
NWOTHM.
and the American new waves. That's a whole additional
new wave
letter.
of classic rock.
God, yeah, I got to get a chart. Isn't it a chart? Do we need a spreadsheet for this?
Yeah, we can do that.
But yeah, you're right. There wasn't much of a time. Brad,
we need a spreadsheet, please.
He's good at that.
He's good at that.
He's Mr. Spreadsheets.
Yep.
I've heard that. Women like his spreadsheets.
What the hell did you just say?
They're really big. The spreadsheets, they're like really big spreadsheets. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like I said, there's not an immediate timestamp from the past 10 years at least.
Thelament. You can't even say it. Thelamite.
I want to put the mint. It's like testament, but it's thelament.
No, there's no in.
Thelament. Thelament.
All right,
I got it.
Here we go.
We're good.
Okay, so let's see. We've hit Greece already, Austria, band from the U.S.
Did you say this was the international?
This is the International Tony Awards,
right,
by the way.
Just make sure that it's distinction.
Yeah, we do not discriminate against any nationality. And now, have we ever, on this show ever, played a band from Spain?
Mexico, yes. South
Mexico,
America,
yes.
yeah.
But, I've played a ton of Brazilian bands, but...
Spanish? No, there's no flamenco.
I don't think we've ever played a Spanish
flamenco
band.
core.
Flamenco core, I'm sure it's out there. Schnitzel core and flamenco
two
core.
We got to go look up. Flamenco core and schnitzel core.
Oh, sounds good to me.
Fun research coming up.
Good cores.
Yep, I'm into that. Pirate core, all that was. We haven't hit too many that we hate.
No, we've done pirate metal, but we're going to go deeper with pirate core. Viking core.
These guys dress as a pirate all day. This is not a costume to them. It's just work clothes.
There is a band, I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there is a band that does Viking metal, and everybody in the audience gets down, sits on the ground, and rows like they're in a Viking boat during the concert.
Oh my God. Oh my!
Somebody will tell me who it is because it's a pretty famous band. I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Like the entire show?
No, in this one part of this one song.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Every guy drops down, sits, and acts like they're rowing.
Okay, for one song, I would do that. I'm not going to do the whole show, but one song, you got me.
That's Viking metal.
I am in because I worked on a pirate ship, but I was the doorman, so I didn't have to actually row or do any work. I just decided who got on and who we had to throw off. So that was an easy job compared to those guys.
We're getting so off in our Tony Awards, aren't we?
I don't care. We're having fun. That's all that matters.
That's true. All right, so Spanish band. Here's the first one that we're ever going to play, and all it took again was a look at the old cover art, and this time it only took a look at the logo to know that this was a new wave of traditional heavy metal band, perhaps a new wave of British heavy metal band, but no, this is a new band, and the way that the lettering had knife-like edges on both ends, and then the name itself was kind of painted. It didn't look like, everything now is kind of, all done in a computer, right? It's all digital.
AI.
This looked very old school, like somebody actually drafted this on paper and, it wasn't completely symmetrical, but almost there. And then it was kind of painted to look like a chrome finish, but it wasn't digitally done. So it looked like somebody painted a chrome finish, like the old school logos from these types of bands back in the day. So I knew exactly what kind of music I was getting. Tony sent a slew of album covers to me. This is the reason I'm saying that I got this visual. He sent a slew of album covers to me in September of last year, and this was one of the bands in that message with all the visuals. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit because this was released this year, but this is a remixed, remastered, and re-released first album, so maybe it didn't originally come out this year, but this version of it came out this year. So we're going to include it in the Tony Awards.
It was a release.
Let me just ask the Academy real quick, just make sure here. Can we do this?
Yeah!
Well, good.
And the Tony Award goes to...
Hittin'. Hittin'.
Is it German? Is it...
No, they're from Spain, remember?
Yeah, but it sounds like you're...
It's like kitten, but with an H. Hittin'.
Hitting kittens?
Like I'm hitting. I don't know.
They don't tell you what they're hitting. They're just hitting it. Hitting. That's bizarre.
It's a bizarre name.
It's getting harder and harder to get a good band name. They're all taken. I mean, Big Jack Pneumatic is taken. That's the best. But these guys are just, it's an uphill battle.
Now, this band's been around for a while. They've had 5 full lengths since 2014. And again, if you just look at the new album artwork for this re-released first album, you know exactly what you're getting. Not only just from the logo, but you look at the cover art. It features a dude standing with his back to you. He happens to have on a battle vest. Mm-hmm. And it has the band Tank on it. We've talked about Tank before. We've played him before. He's holding a flying V in one hand, and in the other hand, he has a skull.
Ooh, that's metal.
And in the opposite direction of him, what he's facing is a demon in a dark alley.
Well, that's what you need. If you're confronting a demon in a dark alley,
flying V and a skull.
You're pretty much covered either way.
The skull seems to be like a light, like a lantern almost. So it's a glowing skull of some sort. Yeah.
Skull of knowledge.
And then he's in this alleyway. On the wall of the alley, there are flyers for bands. There's this band's poster, but there's also posters for Iron Maiden and Saxon. So
this guy was playing a show in that building and heard there was a demon in the alley. He's like, excuse me.
Hold on. I need a skull.
Un momento, señor.
Yes, un momento. Por favor.
Yo regreso en 10 minutos.
And he went out and he battled the demon. And it goes along with the name of this album because it's called First Strike with the Devil. And why not play the song Evil Power?
He's coming for you.
On the behalf of my father, Miguel Indigue Ocello Montoya, who nobody killed yet, I would like to say thank you very much for offering me this award and that great podcast, InObscuria.
This is it. Your time is through. You're boring. You're rambling on, no end in sight. You're boring.
So that band, dare I say, oh my God, I don't think I've ever used this band to compare other bands on this podcast because I'm scared of doing it. Because I know somebody's just going to knife me on my way to the car. But almost, not quite, almost sounded like Metallica a little bit. It wasn't going in the British. It was a little bit thrash in there. It was really fast, a lot of double kicks. But there's just some of the turnarounds and some of the lyrics and things that gave me that vibe of Metallica. And I always stay away from that. I'm like, no. Nobody's Metallica. I'm not going to compare them to anybody. But yeah, I may go there. Okay. Kind of.
I'm cool with
sort
that.
Of, a little bit.
Because I was hearing the other end. I was kind of hearing Megadeth. Actually, I was hearing a little Dave Mustaine in the vocals.
If you go back far enough, they're the same thing.
Oh, my God, you're so right.
Back up.
Yeah,
back up
you're
a little
right.
more, and bam.
You're right.
We were hearing the same
I wasn't
thing.
on your timeline, but now I am.
We're opposite sides of that really weird coin.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was hearing a little Dave Mustaine in the vocals mixed with like the grittier Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, there wasn't enough for a Hetfield.
Right. There was no
Yeah, there was the
They don't
really
do that
higher pitch.
in Spanish.
No.
I don't think you can do that in Spanish,
No, that means bad things. They don't say that.
Well, awesome. I really, really like this band. And I kind of cheated because it's not originally recorded this year, but you know what? Who cares? It was Tony for re-released. I believe 2014, 2015.
Close enough. Close enough. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the realm.
Okay, well, it's that time of the program.
Intermission?
Sort of. I'm going to need you to remove your horned helmet, please.
Oops, sorry.
Thank you.
Pork. Pork.
Pork?
We've talked about pork a couple of times in this show.
Pork.
That's all I hear.
Yes, we are now going to give a Tony Award to one of the many new wave of traditional heavy metal bands from this country, Sweden. Yes.
Favorite rock country.
This happens to be one of the top tier bands of the movement, one of the bands that sort of helped bring it back. They not only play NWOTHM style music, but they do the same thing that you were just talking about. They mix a little old school thrash in with what they do. Very big band on the scene that is new wave of traditional heavy metal, and we've featured them before as well, and they've been on tons of European festival stages. And this is the band that Tony informed me released an album the same day as Haunt. And so I said, I know, Tony. I know, man. But you know what? You are so right, and they so are deserving of this award tonight.
And the Tony Award goes to...
Enforcer.
Good name. Easy to pronounce.
Great name.
Easy to spell.
Mm-hmm. You'd almost think they were Canadian.
Yeah, it's so easy going.
Because it's just an easy name. Canadian new wave of traditional heavy metal bands, they usually have great one-word names like that.
Triumph.
It's just easy stuff.
What the hell did you just say?
Those are not new wave of traditional heavy metal bands.
I'm just saying Canadian bands.
Canadian bands. Okay,
Thank you very much.
All right, fine. Okay, well, this band, Enforcer, 6 full lengths since 2008. Like I said, they've been on the scene, so let's just jump into one of their new songs. The new album is called Nostalgia, which is kind of what they've been doing for 6 albums, I think.
Yeah, making a living off of nostalgia.
So they're just owning it right now. We're just going to call our album Nostalgia. Here's a song that they have a little keyboard in, so we'll see if we can figure out where they're pulling this from.
Metal keyboards.
Little metal keyboard. Who did that? This is called Unshackle Me.
I can't do a Canadian accent, so I'm not going to try.
Well, good, because they're from Sweden.
Oh, I thought you said you said they're like the Canadians that have nice short...
No, I said they have a nice short name, like a lot of the Canadian bands
do.
I
missed the Sweden part of it.
Well, remember we played more.
Yeah, but we played every episode, so multiple times during the episode.
Yes, a Swedish band.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
Enforcer.
sorry. I've had half a beer.
Well.
That reminds me of 1980s horror movie B-level, Nightmare on Elm Street, like the cheap knockoffs of that when that was really big. And like in the montage scene when they're barricading the house, getting ready for the big attack they're expecting, because they had the kind of an ominous keyboard.
It was like a one note.
Yeah. And then the lyrics had some ominous tones to them. What's it waiting for this and all that stuff. So yeah, I could see that being on a soundtrack for like way down the soundtrack.
Yeah, I
liked it.
I love it. I think it's really cool. And every song on this album is a little bit different. So I think they're playing off the nostalgia title. And I don't know exactly what they were going for, but I get a little, like, in some parts it's like a Scorpions vibe, in some parts it's like a Yngwie kind of vibe, but it still has this NWOTHM kind of feel to it.
But it would have fooled me into thinking it was from the 80s, which is a compliment. If you're going for this, I think that's a plus.
Right, yeah.
Now, if you're trying to just be your own thing, but have, hint of the 80s or, an homage to metal, things like that, that's fine. But when you're trying to sound, and your band's called Nostalgia, then yeah, they did it right.
What the hell did you just say?
Well, it's the name of the album, not the band.
Sorry,
but still.
I'm just not paying attention at all.
I would say all of these bands...
It's not easy doing this sometimes.
Yeah, I would say all of these bands are hitting that mark of, they are going for a sound, and they're all... That's why they're getting Tony Awards, right?
Sure.
These are award-winning
They're top
bands.
of the middle.
Yes, top of them. Well, okay.
That's how I got through school.
Okay. All right. So we have covered lots of different nations here tonight, given lots of international Tony Awards. We're going to bring it back home.
But not Canada.
You're right. We have not touched Canada, and we're not touching them now because this is an American traditional heavy metal band from Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville?
I can say it. Louisville.
Louisville.
It's not Louisville. It's not Louisville. It's Louisville.
It's like Illinois.
The reason I know how to pronounce Louisville, Kentucky is because my dad went to school there. So.
And it's St. Louis, Missouri.
No.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, yes. So
Helma and Lua.
When I think about American traditional heavy metal bands, I think of Louisville, Kentucky. What about you?
Sure, yeah, and bourbon.
Right?
Sure. And trailer parks.
So Tony sent me this band back in June. I was already aware of them. I had heard their name, but I had never heard them. And the only reason I knew their name was because I had seen a summer metal festival list on Facebook. And I saw this band's name and I went, wonder what kind of music that is. I bet I know. And I was right. They got a name where you go, that's what kind of band this is. This is a new wave of a traditional heavy metal band, isn't it? Yes, it is. But unlike most of the ones that in fact, all of the ones that we've ever played, I believe, this band has a female lead singer. Not many of these.
That's how you stand out in the crowd, right
there. Yep. If you go back to NWOTHM, you had Girl School, right? But yeah, this is, for these newer bands, there aren't that many. So the singer of this band, Stacy Savage.
Oh, good name.
Good one.
Yeah.
She leads this group, and you might want to do a little checking out. Check Stacy Savage
Check out her personality online. Let me look at her personality.
Now, I'm going to cheat slightly like we did with Hittin' because they have just re-released their 2014 debut, Mask of the Devil. They released it this year. So we're going to count this. They're going to get their award, I believe, if I can, again, make sure it's okay with the Academy. Is it okay to give this today?
Yeah, sounds good.
I guess they're from Louisville as well.
Locals.
And the Tony Award goes to...
Savage Master.
Savage Master.
Savage Master.
Yeah, you're right.
You hear that name, you're like, I know what that is. I know what that's going to sound like.
That is polka core all day long.
4 full lengths since 2014. The latest one came out last year. Again, this is a re-release of their first album. The first album was called Mask of the Devil. Now, a lot of their content is very occult-based because if you think, again, go to Louisville, Kentucky, that's where the occult is. That's what I think of when I think of
cult mecca.
Louisville, Kentucky. Bourbon and cults.
It goes well.
It does. Goes down smooth.
The dark metal.
Here's Ripper in Black.
Isn't she a tiny little demon summoner? I would not want to piss her off.
Yeah.
I would not. That she it was bringing me some bad vibes. It was very eerily similar to that little tiny ballerina I dated. That's what she sounded like. When she got mad.
When she got mad, that's what she sounded like.
Wow. It's like, okay, let me just I got to get out of here.
So this is a true story. Yeah. So Robert dated a tiny ballerina girl.
Yeah.
And she could be nasty.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The little pokey little fingers. Those tiny little pokey fingers. Ow. She was fun, but mean.
Vicious.
Very mean. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. I put up with that for 3 months.
Is that it? That was all?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
That was it. I just was like, no, this is.
How did that end?
Badly.
I don't remember how that ended.
Actually, I broke up with her over the phone. I was like, I am not doing this in person.
Yeah. I don't need the Wolverine to be here when I break up with her.
I could see her picking up a sharp object. And I'm like, nope, going to be safer. And she even said that. She's like, you're breaking up with me on the phone? I'm like, yep.
Did she have she had an accent? Yeah, she was from England?
Right? She was Chinese.
Right.
But was born and raised in England.
Yeah.
And so we would walk into a room, and this was my favorite thing, was to walk into a room and let her say something and just have everybody look at her like, I'm sorry, what? Because it was just like, wait a minute, what is that coming from your mouth? It's the English accent, but yeah.
Right.
So I was charmed by the English accent, and then sold this bill of goods by the ballerina thing. Yeah. I don't know. The best story that came out of that, I think it was the third date, trying to impress this girl that, I have culture. I know how to do culture and, do cultural things. I'm going to take you to a dance performance. And so I took her to this place. It's kind of an old warehouse, but it's converted into an artist space. And there was a dance performance. And I didn't realize.
She's a professional ballerina.
She was trained at the Royal Academy of Performing Arts. like the most professional you can get when it comes to ballerinas.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I take her to this, what I'm thinking is a dance performance, but it was modern dance, which is weird. And so halfway through the show, first of all, I'm like, good, look at me. I'm doing good. I'm
one of your people.
I know what to do. Yeah. Look,
cultured.
And they were doing, their dance was kind of weird. It wasn't really ballet, but it was dance. I'm like, this is good enough. Halfway through the show, I'll be damned. The dancers, there's like 15 of them out there, took off their tops. Topless. And I'm going, oh, what? And I look at her and she's looking at me like, what the hell did you bring me to? And I'm like, oh, no. This was supposed to be cultural, not a strip show.
And then they started playing Savage Master.
Yes. And so I just like, son of a bitch. That's the last time I tried to do cultural stuff. Like, that's it.
Sounds good to me, man.
I mean,
I would have gone on another date with you.
But I'm like, I would go back with somebody else, but not her. She was like stabbing me with her eyes. It was like that. So anyway, that was my one time dating a ballerina.
They didn't do that at the Royal Academy, did they?
No. She thought that I thought that's what she did. I'm like, no. Sorry. Oh, God.
So sorry.
So terribly sorry. So that's why I'm so good at apologizing, because I have to do it a lot. A lot.
Back to Savage
Sorry
Master.
about that. Yeah, sorry.
And the Tony Award-winning band.
Yes.
What'd you think?
It didn't really
grab you.
It didn't grab me like the other
Scared you.
bands. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, that's one of those bad memories are associated with that voice, and I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Yeah, she's not going to have a voice when she's in her 60s, probably.
I mean, some people can sustain that, but that sounds like it's painful to sing like that.
But I like it now.
Yeah,
just it's not going to stay with you.
No, I could do maybe one song, but there's no way I could do an album of that. And that male or female, that screamy stuff. Oh my God, it's too similar to my friend's daughter that we played at the show. That's what it reminded me. I knew.
That's why
I was like, there was something that reminds me
something more recent.
Yes, you can
even than this release.
Maybe play a snippet back to back.
Maybe it should go right here. We are not giving that a Tony Award. She's not quite ready for a Tony Award.
She's got room to grow, though. She's got potential.
Until Tony reaches out to me at 5 a.m. and says, listen to this.
Yeah. And then
we'll give her a Tony Award.
I will call her mom and go, guess what, your daughter? She just made it big because Tony heard of her.
All right. Well, we have one statue left on the table. One more award to give out tonight.
Make it good.
Our final Tony Award winner of this evening, our final 2023 Tony Award, is one that was shared with me during the holiday season of 2022 by Mr. Tony Griggs, a band from Brazil, featuring Mr. Mark Helway on vocals.
Damn it, we should have come up with better names.
Vinicius Thram on guitar.
Vinicius?
Mm-hmm.
Great name again.
All the other guys just have regular
Steve.
names. I don't know why they didn't keep...
Fred,
it's like Bob
Bill.
and Steve.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't keep that going, but the two guys have great
like Baco.
names. Baco and Elsie. Baco on bass. Yeah. Elsie on drums. Yeah.
Those names are too common.
Oh. They released a new single this year and previously have released 2 EPs since 2014. They haven't put out a lot of stuff, but here again, you see the album art. Maybe you just see the name. Maybe you see the logo. You're going to know this is a band we need to play.
And the Tony goes to...
And the Tony Award goes to...
Hellway Train.
Oh my, yes.
Yes?
Yes. I'm giving 2 devil horns for 4 devil horns.
Hellway Train from Brazil.
Yes. I'm on the hell.
It's all about the visuals.
Train. Yeah.
All about the visuals. You see the the single artwork, because they've just released a single here in 2023. You see the artwork and you're like, I know what that's going to sound like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because it's got a big old skull on it, but it's not just a skull. It's a spider skull. So it's got legs coming out of it like a spider, and it's in space.
Spider skull in space.
Spider skull in space. You know what
Best
you're getting.
ever.
You
Best
know what you're getting.
ever.
You are getting this song called Born to Rock Hard.
I would not be surprised if the writing credits on that song included a Mr. Ron Keel and Steel Panther. Because it sounds like a collaboration between those two groups. I mean, it's just let's sit down and write the most ridiculous rock metal song. Hell yeah, let's have a few beers. What? Oh yeah, we're gonna rock hard. Yeah, we're gonna rock hard. Yeah,
we were born to rock hard.
To rock, and that's what the rock.
Not just rocking hard.
Yeah, rocking hard.
Born to rock hard.
Exactly. So yeah, hats off to that for they checking off every rock and roll metal cliche during that song in a good way. I mean, this is why they won this award.
It is.
It shows their talent right there.
It is. But I love the guitar work in this song.
Yes.
Fucking
anytime you start the song
unreal.
with a lead, you got me right there.
It was like, I thought I was listening to KK Downing and Glenn Tipton. I mean, this is so heavily steeped in Judas Priest, like classic Priest, that I would have sworn that I was listening to those two guys play guitar.
Wow. That's an honor for them.
Yeah.
These Brazilians.
Really, really good. Lyrics, maybe a little work there.
Well, maybe there's a language barrier. Maybe they were just, like I said, going for what
I think they were going for the
80s.
Yeah. I think they were going for the 80s vibe. And again, all of these bands, that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're paying homage to. And they hit the mark. I mean, if this would have come out in
one of those marks.
1987, we wouldn't even be saying anything because that would, fuck yeah, born to rock hard.
We have a poster on the wall of them instead of,
instead of Tank.
Tank. You know what? I found an amazing Brazilian buffet right down the street. I had no
Brazilian
idea.
Buffet?
It's a
with the meat?
Meat, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A meatery.
It's a meatery, but it's a meat buffet. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take you there sometime. It's really good.
That's good stuff.
You need protein, right?
I do.
Oh,
yeah, I eat a lot of protein.
You don't eat a lot of carbs. This is the place to go.
All right. Sounds good.
Meat sweats.
Well, I'm told we don't have time. The Late Show, like you heard earlier, when the intro music was being played, the Late Show needs to come on, so we kind of have to
we
get on out of here.
This may be one of the few episodes we went the entire episode without a Kiss connection. So you can't. That wasn't one. That wasn't a Kiss connection.
No, I'm going to count that one.
No, there was no connection with that.
No.
This was a Kiss connectionless episode. That's rare.
It can make me a little misty-eyed here.
Yeah. So.
Well, before we close out tonight, though, I do want to thank Tony, Mr. Tony Griggs, for always listening, always interacting with us on the socials, for understanding what makes this show special by providing us with the lost, the forgotten, or the should have beens. He is always sending us content.
Doing the heavy lifting.
Doing the work for us. So he's not the only one doing it. There are others doing it. But he's been a big supporter of this style of music especially, and has asked for an episode since the first one came out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it is time, and thank you for providing all of the content for it. And some really awesome music.
And if anybody else thinks they can stump Kevin Wentz, because it's pretty damn easy to stump me, but if they can stump Kevin, if you got a band, you think, oh, you guys haven't heard of this, you haven't mentioned this band, send it to us.
We've got several other listeners that do this as well. Jason Kearney comes to mind, and lots of other guys.
There's a lot of listeners out there. We want to hear from
but we want to hear from
others too. Yeah,
that's right. So we got to get out of here. Time for the Late Show coming up next.
See you.
Till then, later.